Tune in tomorrow where we're going to conclude Nightmare Week by talking about ghosts. As it turns out, I couldn't find any Danny Phantom creepypastas, so instead of talking about ghosts, let's talk about robots.
It's like a movie. It's a B-movie show. It's like a movie. It's a B-movie show.
Hey everypony, I'm PonyFanboy, I fanboy over ponies and you just listen, and this is the finale of Nightmare Week. Today we're going to be revisiting Teenage Robot. I did a PonyFanboy reads on a crossover of that show along with Powerpuff Girls called Babysitting, and now we're going to be looking at a standalone creepypasta called Jenny Gets Trashed. So the story begins with a faceless narrator telling us that he enjoys lost media, and he also really enjoys Nickelodeon programming, especially Teenage Robot, and one of his friends sends him an email and says that he found a supposed lost episode. So yes, up until this point on Nightmare Week, we have had cursed VHS tapes, and we've had cursed DVDs, and even just cursed episodes being aired late at night on television at some time, usually at night. But now we've come full circle, and we now have cursed download files. The narrator says that the intro was perfectly normal, but things started getting pretty weird once the title, Jenny Gets Trashed, pops up. The episode begins with Jenny having to fight off a bunch of cluster drones as she mashes them all up into a big ball, and tennis rackets them up into the sky like in the intro. But apparently her trajectory is off because the ball ends up crashing back to Earth and crushing a building full of people inside of it. Jenny tries to immediately apologize, but all the townspeople aren't having it and they chase her out of town like she's some kind of Frankenstein monster. Then we cut to 1 week later as we see Jenny is now living in a junkyard all by her lonesome. She decides to go wandering for a little bit as she comes across the corpses of a bunch of old robots. Horrified by this imagery, she runs away screaming, and she then cries herself to sleep in a cardboard box. And the episode ends with her saying to herself, "I didn't mean to do it." And then during the end credits, the Jenny emoticon that usually has a happy face in the logo is now red instead of blue and has a frowny face. It's not exactly the same thing as the hyper-realistic bloodshot eyes trope, but it's close. It's close. The narrator says they can't believe what they just saw and says that they couldn't sleep for another 3 weeks until one of their friends helped them calm down. And as for the file, they're hanging on to it and they don't know if they should upload it or not. Well, considering that it got taken down in 10 minutes to doom, I think it's best if they just hang on to the file themselves. So overall, I like this creepypasta a lot. I like that they didn't try to force gore, and honestly, it kinda does what Doug's Real Life was trying to do. Trying to be more of a sad pasta than a scary pasta. And just like in 10 Minutes to Doom, there wasn't a lot of relying on old tropes and cliches that people really don't like about a lot of old school creepypastas. So that's why I'm going to give Jenny Gets Trashed a 6.5 Jenny emoticons out of 10. Thank you for watching Nightmare Week. I'm the PonyFanboy. I fanboy over ponies and you just listen. And if you need me, I have one more journey with the main 6 left. Bye.